believe it! You're 21 and you've never tried ale? Really?
Well, I just turned 21 today, and it is not something that is served at the temple. Moreover, it is not something essential for living.
Well, that ends today! We're going to celebrate your birthday!
What?
Fortunately, we were in Undira, the most prosperous city in the kingdom, and the only one in which I knew of a tavern where I could take you without anyone bothering us. People there knew me, and no bastard would have the guts to approach me, let alone someone with me. For their own sake, anyway.
I did not expect ale to look this bad up close. It really does not look like something that should be consumed. Not with that color.
I don't know how it is for little princesses like you, but commoners like me drink this instead of water. At least, this doesn't give you diarrhea. My parents made me drink it when I was a child.
I see. So you drink this because your water is ridden with disease. In that case, I too shall drink.
Bottoms up. And you drank the whole jug in one go. Hey, take it easy, princess. That stuff has a kick to it, you know.
Ooh.
You alright?
This is not the first time I have drunk an alcoholic beverage, mind you.
Well, I didn't see that coming. What? Did you get tipsy in the temple to cope with your boring-ass life?
What are you blathering about? We use ceremonial wine for many rituals. We do not get inebriated like sad drunkards. It is reserved for special occasions. I am still quite susceptible to it.
Well, in the real world, that's what most people do. Drinking to kill time or drinking to forget, you know? Drown our sorrows and all that. So, what do you think of ale?
It is much more bitter than I expected. Nothing like the sweetness of the wine we use in our ceremonies. I could discern a hint of ground ivy, berries, and ginger. Those are probably used as preservatives, and that is why this settles in your stomach better than water.
Aw, look at the little princess. You're a beer buff already.
Of course! I know a lot about plants, both medicinal herbs and regular ones, their effects and their taste. And enough with calling me princess. This is nice, isn't it? Being together like this, just the two of us.
This is what I used to do after a hard day's work.
So stealing.
Exactly.
So you're saying they'd make you drink this when you were a child? No wonder you turned out the way you did.
That ale must have gone straight to your head. What my parents gave me was small beer. That has almost no alcohol. They weren't that thoughtless, you know? But with the bandits, it was a different story.
I see.
You looked away for a second. No doubt that at that moment, you felt pity for me. And until then, I felt the same. But I wouldn't be who I am now without all those things I've lived through. And I'd have never met you.
Shall we order another round?
You bet! Until they kick us out! I lost track of time, and without knowing how, I was carrying you through the empty streets on the way to the inn, which fortunately was a stone's throw away, because you were a deadweight. You weren't lying when you said you were not accustomed to drinking. You weren't even able to stand by yourself. So, how was it? Did you enjoy yourself, birthday girl?
Truth be told, it wasn't such a big deal.
Well, you have to get used to its bitterness, but that's kind of the point. You'll get into it eventually. But of course, it will never be as fancy as the ceremonial wine of yours.
I mean, I like the company better. That was fun.
You had serious problems keeping yourself awake. But you looked as if you were making a huge effort to keep your dignity.
I love you, Tomo.
I felt as if my heart skipped a beat. hadn't heard those words in years. And I'd wanted to hear them for so long. But not in this way. Shut up, idiot. You're drunk.
Well, ain't that a cute story? That's the girl whose life we're gonna bring back. I almost don't want to hear the story of how she died. I mean, we know what happened. Oh gosh. Did Tama, like, wind up killing her somehow? She probably sacrificed herself to save Tama, one way or another. Okay. My combo's all off. Gosh, those goblin archers are so annoying. At least the arrows are slow enough that I can just dodge them. Oh, look, there's a little crack in its skull. Excuse me, I totally hit you. What the? Have to kill them 3 times? Come on. Oh no, I think I clipped into the wall or something, and so I couldn't, like, dash. So you can't dash into walls, and I was stuck in a wall. Yeah, when you get the experience, you know it's actually dead. These things only have like 2 hit points. No, apparently they have more. That one had just been resurrected once. Dark resistance, thunder weakness, fast soul. Wait a second. And sword finisher. I want to do some experiments with this thing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It makes the soul recharge slightly faster, but that's about it, right? Alright, there's also a sword finisher. I'm not a fan. I won't argue that it does in fact make the soul recharge faster. it's not like twice as fast, so having the soul save is ultimately better. I clicked out of the game for a second. That was a panic-inducing moment right there. Sometimes the attacks hone in, and other times they just choose not to. Wait, is that thing actually dead? No, it isn't! But it faking being dead was enough for the door to open. That's interesting. Hey y'all, I found some speedrun tech. Save the skeleton for last. It playing possum convinces the door it's dead. And then I get the experience, so it's actually dead. Just having like an innate fire attack on it is useful. I had a prompt to click a thing. But that little goblin completely blended in with the ground. Oh no, there's a fire weapon coming at me now. Mirror and light weakness. Okay. I'm gonna toss it back in there because of course I will. Come on, goblin. Okay. Come on. Come on. Gosh, this floor has a lot of chests. Like a lot. Nope. Come on. What the? How did that miss me? Yeah, I was wondering what the hey is up with the random door right there. I wonder if, like, the weapon that you use to break the parts has anything to do with, like, what's inside them. Because if it is just random, then why is it that I have so little of the certain few things that I need? And, like, unless the game was specifically calculated to know what you are looking for and then not give it to you, which would be a lot of work to do, it could just be random chance, and the things that are more considered to be more good are much lower chance. There's an enemy right there. Yeah, I know there's an enemy over there as well, but there's an enemy right here. No, you don't. No! No, you don't. Well, we sure tried. Did we not? Shlame. Discard Shlame, yes. Actually, I should see if I could just take any old ring. Okay, because Okay, okay, so I can just get heart restore, in which case I don't need the halberd anymore. Oh gosh, okay, wait. What ring do I want this to be on? Because I already have soul save fire weakness. This is thunder weakness. Dark resist thunder weakness, but there's also fast soul, which I didn't actually see on here. Dashes and dodges don't cost soul. Oh gosh, that's what I need. I don't need the fast soul or the soul save. I need dash save. Fast soul, soul recharges faster, soul save, all soul costs are halved. I need dash save, so essence of soul, which neither of these require. That also doesn't require. Charge me, because all I need the charge for is if I do a charge attack, which I won't have to do if I have something like this going on with it. So charge immunity, method of weakness, ice resistance. So it's still a weakness though, and that's still a weakness, and the one I have is still a weakness. So it's either fire or thunder weakness, and honestly I think I'd rather have this with fast soul and sword finisher over the ring of immunity, because this just has more stuff already on it, and I don't know if I'll be able to keep putting more things. Oh, I can't put more stuff on it because it already has 4 things, right? Right? So do I just have to keep going and keep trying until I find a ring that has like only 1 thing on it and it's a good thing? So I'll say fire weakness. Because I can't... You know what? I'm going to go until I find a ring that has only good stuff on it. And I can put on dash save and the heart thing. And then I can change out the halberd because I won't need the hearts from that. Honestly, why don't I just put... I also need a few more essences, don't I? Regardless. So, yeah, I'm going to keep looking to find a ring that has only good stuffs on it. And until then... Or I could just put... I mean, yeah, I am tempted to just put the things that I want on here. But I do need 2 more Essence of Soul. Immune to damage when charging. That's also useful because if I have Heart Restore, I don't need that. Essence of Soul, Shard of Defense, or of Heart. Shard of Defense, or of Heart. Essence of Heart, no. No, and... So, Root, Heart, and Strength. No, so I could totally put on the Heart Restore on here, and I can basically toss the halberd. But I still need 2 more Essence of Souls anyway, so let's go in, find a new ring, and find 2 more Essence of Soul. And for the record, I can go in here and see... I still need Essence of Magic, but I need 2 Essence of Soul, and I need to find a better ring. Okay, I kind of want status prevention on here. Yeah, I want status prevention, and I also want protection, just because. Yeah, some heart, some soul, but also now I won't get status. And considering I'm always wearing this amulet anyway, it's all for the better. So I won't have to deal with, you know, getting like stunned or whatever anymore. Whoops. What did I need? 2 more? Shoot, like Essence of Soul, whatevs? That's kind of fun. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, just have the sword and have that bow. Shard of Dark, Shard of Ailment. I need, like, just 2 Essences of Soul, like 1 drop worth. And that'll be good. That and a Bing. Do want new Bing. Also some whatever stuff for the, take half damage thing. A floor key. Shard of Protection. I think I did want those. Or at least they were a beneficial thing to have. Might have already had enough, but still. Again, just the urge to, like, grind for materials is very strong. Boom, boom, boom. I was just thinking, it would be interesting, like, when playing D&D, just to, like, give a player... Like, imagine giving a player a halberd that's like, hey, if you hit an enemy with it, and you hurt them, I can put on that stipulation, you gain 1 HP back. And it's like, oh my gosh, 1 HP, that... Outside of level 1, gaining 1 HP per attack is pretty pointless. However, if the party has access to miscellaneous monsters, you know, creatures like chickens, that the weapon can, like, proc off of, you know, trigger off of, then it starts becoming more useful, because they'd be like, oh yeah, no, let's just kill off some chickens and we gain all of our health. Let's, you know... Oh, well, we're in a dungeon. There have to be rats around, right? I'll just halberd the rats until I'm back to full. And it's like, oh, hey, the party can totally, like, cheat and abuse the weapon to get infinite free healing. It's like, well, it's, like, even though they have to go into combat to use it, in order to abuse it, like, the way that I'd mentioned, they would effectively have to be out of combat, or else using actions to heal 1 per turn. Sometimes not even healing, because there is a chance they could miss the rat entirely. So, like, yeah, sure, if they want to use up combat turns to heal like that, I'd tell them, it's like, yo, you're being unfair to the rest of the party members by not actually participating in the real fight. If they wanted to go, it's like, okay, well, now that we're done with combat, I'm going to go and fight some rats and get back to full. It's like, alright, sure. I am definitively under the impression that in D&D, at least 3.5e, don't know about other editions, but in 3.5e, out of combat healing should just be free. You should be able to heal as much as you want when you're out of combat, because, frankly, yes, there is some sort of fun to be had with the whole, oh no, we took like 3 damage during that last fight, and it's going to be with us, and like, we have to rest for like 3 days to like, prevent it, or it's like, oh, we're in a big whole dungeon we have to complete within a certain set of time. We can't just stop and heal, we have to keep going, and it's part of like an endurance type thing. That's fun to do. But generally for D&D, again, 3.5, you can absolutely just, like, there are ways to get infinite out of combat healing. Some of the ways only heal you up to half, sure. But it is definitely possible to just keep going and heal infinitely. And it's like, sure, maybe reward the party that has figured that out, but instead of wasting a character, like, you have to have a character who has healing magic, can cast, like, Cure Light Wounds, I think it's 2 or 3. I think it's just 2, because you can do this at level 3. Have them not cast one, keep it on the spell list, and take a feat that lets them heal people up to half. Or you could just, like, say, throw an NPC that has all that, and it's like, hey, I don't do the combats. No, 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 I am not going to fight. But I can heal you back up to half as much as you want. Or you could, I don't know, healing belt. 3d8s of healing per day. Per belt. Like, what, 800 gold? And some parties would be like, oh yeah, no, we have some money, let's just buy 20 healing belts so we can keep doing all of our out-of-combat healing. It's like, I don't know, Wand of Cure Light Wounds is like 200... It's like 200 gold and heals 1d8, like, however many, but it's, again, healing belt is infinite use, No, you could get an Eternal Wand of Cure Light Wounds. That would only be, 2d8s a day, I think. 2d8s plus 2s. Well, you know, 2 1d8 plus 1s. I think. I don't know if it's more or less than the healing belt, though, but it also doesn't use up a slot, strictly speaking. Alright, it's this boss again. Gosh, how lovely it would be to have Drain on this weapon. And you have to pay attention, because a plant will just grow up right here and slam the ground. Done. Yes. I have absolutely done this, whole bunch of these random elements all of my own. The bow is charging while I'm doing this cutscene. Now, if you notice, I did not get electrocuted. That's all that floor had to offer, okay. I will admit, I do kind of want the EXP times, like, 3 thing. Yeah, let's do, free dashes. What can I get on wings? So, yeah. Come on, friends. Again, I don't know what that thing does, and I don't want to find out what it does on me, but I figure that if I get within that circle, it'll hurt. That's right. I want the free dash. I want the free healing over time. Nope. And then I could also get the EXP times 3. Which would help quite a bit and actually change up the math for what level I should be for certain bosses. And considering that I keep these levels permanently, that's pretty darn useful. I wouldn't be necessarily too opposed to playing this with not keeping the levels and only getting to keep equipment. And I'd be less opposed to that than I would be opposed to playing it where I keep the levels but not the equipment. Considering I don't keep the progress bar for experience, so I couldn't be able to grind up to like level 100 and just go with only the dagger. You know, just... like, if I don't get to keep the equipment, then at some point I reach a maximum level. And it's like, nope, doesn't matter if you kill all the enemies, you have to go and beat the next boss in order to go on, and the boss is like, okay, cool. Do you have fire attacks? No? Screw you. What's this? Essence of Soul. Essence of Magic. This magic isn't quite what I was looking for. Okay, that thing had 8 health. What? Alright, let's go and fight. Okay, let's go and teleport away. Teleportation is so awkward. And it says, like, occasionally heals. Like, I don't know how often the healing is. So for the first run of me using it, I'll probably want to keep the halberd just to be safe. But I figure if I have healing, just ongoing healing, I could always just run into a corner and just stay there. But again, if it's like 1 hit point a minute, it wouldn't be worth it. Because that's just pathetic. Although considering that I can spend upwards of 40 minutes in here. That's 40 extra health. I couldn't... Gosh, I have to kill you to leave. Woohoo! I can leave. Still don't have the key yet. Okay, but I can reach level 11 soonish, maybe. Oh, wait, no, I've already been down there. I just know that I'll, like, beat this, and then there'll be a thing like, oh, well, you did it, but you didn't do it all in one try, so unfortunately, I don't know, you took too long and our soul is lost forever. Replay the entire game, but with this stipulation, if you want the true ending. Yeah, replay the whole game, but you have to carry her body in an inventory slot the entire time. And that's the key. Oh, right, bombs, but I can't use them. I'm sorry, I clicked out of the game again. Because even though there is no cursor on the screen while I'm playing, if I move too far to the right, it apparently leaves the game. So I can go like... Again, infinite dash would have been useful. Oh look, there's a bomb in that one too. Alright. Sorry, I don't want to be super close to this one. But I do want bow with fire magic. Yeah. Alright. Onto the third floor. Out of, I'm guessing, 5. For the record. Denial, anger. Somehow this next boss fight is bargaining. So do you just like buff and that's your whole thing? Alright, I had already forgotten about the skeletons. I don't like the skeletons. I guess the skeletons aren't so bad. The goblins are bad. Got escape rope, which is perfectly useless to me. Nope. What? I'm going to get to level 11 and then go and fight the boss, for the record. I wonder if all, like, pre-generated things are just, like, guaranteed to have, like, a weakness to them. I mean, it's either that or I've been getting unlucky. I don't know, is this an enemy that can only be beaten by a bow? Okay, so when it's casting spells, it becomes immune to damage. This one has a key, so I have to beat it to complete the level. This is gonna take a minute. Okay, well, you either have to take damage or use a bow to defeat this. You got the floor key. Perfect. Strength increased. Useless. Wait for it. Sigh. I kind of want to just go into this room real quick. Okay. This has rewards. Okay, wait. This room has rewards to it. I know. I can feel them. Kind of want to go and end the episode here because it's been an hour, but we can spend a few more minutes and explore this area, and if we die, then we can end the episode, and if we live, we can end the episode and start it with the boss fight. But this is going to be a long area if I'm going to be trying to heal throughout this entire thing. In fact, considering what the next boss is, it might almost be better to skip that next boss fight and go straight into the next floor of the dungeon. Because that thing is basically just take your time and spend about 40 minutes fighting. Hey, I got my Essence of Soul I needed. I still don't have the ring I wanted, though. Lots of experience to be gained off of those. No new rings? No? There's something left alive. Gosh, man, it just bugs out and just doesn't actually let me leave at all. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, I like how you can just kind of walk to its side. Next time I get a shield, I'm gonna have to see how that's, like, mechanically implemented. If I just, like, have a shield sticking out in front of me, if it stops damage, blah, blah, blah. It said I took 1 damage, but I'm still at full. What? Make it face up this way. Sigh. Ta-da! I got it. Yeah, if you attack those things on a diagonal, you're more likely to hit past the shield. I guess the skeleton's just down. Wait for it. Wait for it. Well, that was just rude. Oh wait, no, not this room. I mean, if I'm gonna be ending the ending the episode before the boss, I might as well. That whole area to the left is a room. I can easily see that. I thought I was gonna get hit there. I was kind of stuck. Come on, come on. Wait for you to. Take 10 damage just to heal 2 health. Totally worth it. Boom. Oh, I can heal twice as fast if I hit 2 enemies with this. Yeah, it's weird. Most of the time it won't let me revive them if I heart bar is full, but with that, it'll just be like, yeah, sure, what do you want to toss? Come on, come back. Skeleton, come back. Yeah, Tama, why couldn't you have just, stayed a skeleton instead? They come back to life at least twice. Wait for it. It's always interesting when an enemy plays possum in a game, because certain parts of the game will just let you know if they're lying or not. Like, the second boss of Rune Factory 4, the horse, will play possum after a point and pretend to be dead along with all the explosions and stuff. But if you have an ally in the party, they'll continue to fight the horse. Which they wouldn't do if he was actually dead. So that's a pretty easy way to tell. Oh wait, it's just faking. Oh gosh, people have whole series of like, can I beat such and such game with this such and such parameter? It's like, how many episodes did it take? Like 60 episodes? No, 70 episodes to beat Rune Factory 4 with a watering can. 70 hours worth of recordings to put into like a 20-minute video, which is what I was low-key planning on doing. It's not like Rune Factory 4 is a game I can just beat in like an hour or two. Like, can't just beat it in a week to keep uploading videos of, hey, can I beat with this stipulation? At least not for the harder runs. Watering can only, hardest difficulty. Gosh. The minimum percent run could be in a few days, but it all depends on if you get a really good weapon or not. Because if you can get a really good weapon or really good equipment, whatever, then just rely on that for the whole thing. But you can't go into the Chiron's Maze to cheese that for a thing, because that would, you know, open the Chiron's Maze. And unless you are forced to get cooking materials, you can't get that either to make failed dishes / disastrous dishes. Which could be very useful in defeating enemies. Can't believe it is possible, though, to wind up locking your skills with a walking skill of 0. Isn't possible to go through without eating because the tutorial forces you to eat. There might be some way out of that by, I don't know, saving the game and quitting and like reloading and like resetting during the save or something to make the game think that you've already done the eating. But that brings up a curious point. If the game thinks that you have eaten, but you didn't actually eat, well, did you eat? Oh, I can exit the dungeon from here. That's weird. I don't know why I would want to. See, this one at least doesn't leave stuff behind, so I can keep, like, spiraling around it and stuff. And killing it fairly easily. I didn't even mean to attack that thing and I killed it. Was there an enemy like up here somewhere? What in the... soul be filled consumable. Nay, nay. Because he's on ice, they're like light attribute. Oh gosh, defeating the boss could push me up to level 12. I will point out that I do in fact notice the distinct lack of healing potions and whatnot. Because healing potions are a thing in this game, and I haven't seen one for like ever, not since I got the healing on my weapon. So, unless this is a massive coincidence that I haven't received a single healing potion since I got the halberd, at least, you know, not lately, then the game keeps track of like what stuff your things can do. And gives you materials, at least drops, accordingly. Which means it could absolutely see that I need those like certain things for my upgrades and not give them to me. Because it doesn't want me to have certain upgrades. Or it only gives you healing potions for the first few runs, and after that it hopes for you to be on your own, even though there is no guarantee that you should have any sort of healing supplies on runs. Shard of fire and shard of ice. A shard of fire and of ice. Yeah, forget being the boss. I might reach level 12. No. It's just this one room and then it's the boss. And defeating this and the fluter thingy and whatever the flute thingy is buffing isn't going to make me level 12. Alright. Time to go and end off this episode right outside the boss's chamber. I don't think I need this. But the bow itself is very useful. And thus, with this, I end.